All right, we have arrived. Okay, so I have notes this week and everything. So, hi. Let's see, we've got Mallory, Quebec Homesteader. Nice to see you. Hi, Sam. Thanks for modding for me tonight. I always super duper appreciate it. So, let's see, Four Blessings Farm. Hi, good evening. So, oh, I totally understand. I have had some wonky internet phone years myself, so that is a-okay. I'm glad that you're here. So, welcome everybody and anybody that is watching the playback. Thank you so much for visiting tonight. Let's see. You saw it on the Facebook group. Well, hey, I'm glad you're here. Nice to meet you. So last week I did kind of a test stream. I was fully expecting some part of my setup not to work. So we didn't really have anything planned to talk about. I also had only planned to be live for about 30 minutes or so. And we went on for the full hour. We didn't run out of anything to talk about. So that was amazing. Tonight, however, I do have a few things to talk about. So I tried to come up with some topics that, we could talk about every week and just kind of keep in touch and get to know each other just a little bit better. So, yeah, that's the plan. So every Sunday night, I am planning to go live at this time. So whatever time zone that you're in, this is it. So it's 10 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 Eastern. So you can work out the math with that every Sunday night. That's the plan. So, first of all, everybody that's in the chat, how are you guys doing tonight? What's going on? I saw Four Blessings. You said you're usually in bed by now. I know. I tried to pick a time for a live stream where I wouldn't step on too many toes. Sunday nights work best for me. And fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of people in this niche have live streams on Sunday night. And I think that's wonderful. But I wanted to make sure that everybody had their own time and their own space. So we're doing it in the middle of the night. Let's see. You guys built 2 raised beds today? That's awesome, Sam. Let's see. You said it's 11 here, and you should be in bed too. Yep. Staying up editing is like a favorite pastime for a lot of us, so I understand. Sam was editing and didn't necessarily realize what time we were going on. And I forgot. I've been looking forward to doing a live stream all week. And then tonight I was talking to a friend of mine, and all of a sudden, halfway through the conversation, I was like, oh, I have a live stream tonight. I totally forgot. So I thought about it every night. I was like, don't forget, because I'm not a schedule person. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants person. I'm not a type A personality as much as I want to be. So, yeah. I almost forgot. But hopefully the more that I do this, the less likely I will be to forget. I've also set an alarm on my phone for an hour before the stream is supposed to start. That will be a recurring alarm, hopefully to remind me forever. Let's see. You're not ready to have a 5-day work week. I know. Whenever I was working my regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday jobs, the weekends are never long enough, but then as soon as you get a good long weekend, those are also never long enough. So I totally understand. Let's see, you want to build 2 more raised beds this weekend. And yeah, you got to do the best you can, right? Oh, thanks, Mallory. I really appreciate that. Um, so I am kind of going in a little bit of a different direction with my upcoming videos for 2020. I struggled to pick a like a subject and a topic for a lot of my videos previously. We just started this channel last January, and I figured that, you know, I realized rather that I would like to make more scripted informational content. So going forward, that's going to be the bulk of my content and not just random jumbled together vlogs, which is what I was doing before. Um, I have a lot of ideas, and I'm in the middle of writing some scripts for some things that are going to be really interesting. I hope I'm really passionate about them, so I hope that other people are passionate about it too. So if you check out the old videos, that's awesome. We moved to Tennessee this year. We were living in Indiana, so the bulk of our videos are from Indiana. And I really miss it up there, so I go back and watch them sometimes too. Um, but if you notice a change in the content going forward, this is your heads up, and that's why. So, let's see. You guys you got 90% of a small barn up. That's so awesome. As you might be able to tell from the name of the channel, we rent here. And so we don't necessarily want to put up any permanent structures or put a lot of money into this piece of property because we don't own it. But we are trying to do the whole self-sufficiency standard. We're trying to hold ourselves even to a higher standard than just sustainability. So we're working on it, baby steps. So that's what we've got going on. I know I'm looking forward to here in about 2 weeks. We'll get to start some of our seeds. I need to get out and till up our garden space because we just got here last summer and didn't do anything with it. Let's see. Hey, if your plan is all over the place, that's okay. I'm sure that somewhere along the way I'll be able to relax a little bit and make some little bit different content. But for right now, and for the sake of being able to get out content reliably, which was the problem that I was having before, just not having a good idea and not having a good idea for how to execute it. I'm writing up scripted content so that I don't have any excuse about what I'm going to say or do for a video. I'm just going to film it and get it out there. So I'm also I'm working on one specific series right now, and I'm trying to write all of the scripts for the entire series so that I can film them and get them out seamlessly and not get stuck in the middle of a series, which I've also had a problem with in the past. So that's a thing. Yes, lightly scripted. What I have right now is pretty heavily scripted, but in the past when I've done scripts, I mostly wrote like bullet points of things that I wanted to make sure to mention. But considering that I am doing informational videos and I'm providing sources and things like that, it's easier for me, at least right now, while I'm getting the hang of this new style of filming. It's really helpful for me to have like actual things that I'm going to say. So hopefully I'll get a little more comfortable with that, and I'll be able to go back to the bullet points because it is a lot less stressful. I don't have to forget. I don't have to worry about forgetting something that way because it's a lot more like a conversation like we're having now. But yeah. Let's see. So you're doing English and French videos? Because that's really cool. I know it says Quebec Homesteader, so like lots of people speak French up there. So that's really cool. One of the things that I'm working on right now that's not necessarily video related is I got the Duolingo app back on my phone, and I'm doing about 10 or 15 minutes a day of catching up on my Spanish. I took Spanish for 10 years actually, and then I took Latin after that. And I was really good at it, and I was really well versed, and I was able to have conversations. I helped people do credit applications, and I helped people do some of their tax questions and stuff in Spanish. But if you don't use it, you lose it. So mostly mine is getting my vocabulary back up. I've got a really good grasp on verb conjugation and the different tenses and everything. I've just lost some of the words for the things. Oh, hey, Mark. Matthew, your dad's here. So anyway, I'm working on doing that. Let's see. Four Blessings said, I think our lives will be more scripted. It helps to keep it a lot. Yeah. I mean, I've got my notes for the live stream just so I don't sit here staring at you guys. Not that I'm not gorgeous and that you don't want to stare at me, but that doesn't make for a good live stream. So we also took a break from YouTube, but we took about a 4 or 5 month break during the summer because we moved. So yeah, I encourage you to get back into the swing of things. It's definitely not easy. Mallory, if you want, the Duolingo app is free. There is a paid version, but they have a bunch of different languages. There's I know they have Spanish and French on there. I don't know if they have an alternate version for Canadian French or if it's just European French. But there's also like Arabic and Mandarin and Japanese and Turkish, I think, Portuguese for sure, and like there's a bunch. I think there's about 20 or so languages just on the app. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Four Blessings lives in Central Texas. What part of Central Texas, if you don't mind? Matthew is originally from Texas, even though he didn't spend a whole lot of time growing up there. So Texas is near and dear to our heart. Yes, Sam, Matthew did get to see Rise of the Skywalker, and he came home, and he doesn't talk much. He's just not a real chatty guy. But he came home, and he filibustered for a solid 15-20 minutes about how upset he was about the movie. And then he watched one of the YouTubers that he watches does reviews on movies and things like that. And he was so upset. He went on there and watched that video. And the video that they had with their complaints and their spoilers about the movie was longer than the movie. And it took him 3 days to watch it. And he watched it just to be mad about it. Matthew, Sam's also mad about the movie. I know you can't hear him, but he laughed. All right, off. We're not doing this tonight, Ollie. Let's see. Hi, life's just ducky. Nice to see you. Hi. Let's see. Oh, no, there won't be any spoilers. I did not go see it. I've never seen a Star Wars movie, and I never plan to. That's all Matthew's domain. I have no spoilers. I just, if you've been online for more than 5 minutes, you know that some people loved it and some people hated it. So that's where we're at. Let's see. You live 40 minutes west of Bryan and College Station. I don't know where that is, so I'm about to look. Mark, can you help me out with my Texas geography for a minute? Because I don't know. Mark also grew up in Texas. Let's see. I'm going to do a Google real quick. Okay. All right. I see where that is. All right. All right. So Matthew grew up. Do you want me to say where you grew up or no?
I didn't really grow up there. I grew up in Indiana.
Well, I know you grew up in Indiana. Yeah, your dad said it's in Texas. Let's see. You have a Matthew and they're amazing. Yes, my Matthew is also amazing. Oh, you're talking about the movies. Gotcha. I understand. So yeah, I don't watch Star Wars movies. I can't get into the sci-fi thing. It's just not my jam. So sorry. I know everybody always looks at me like I have two heads when I tell them that I don't watch Star Wars, but that's just how it is. I can talk to you for 6-7 days about Harry Potter though, so hopefully that brings us back to rights. Yeah, they're from San Angelo, Texas. I wasn't sure if we were sharing that, Mark, but since you brought it up, I'm fine with it. I haven't been there yet. Hopefully, I'll get to go next year. So let's see what else we have. I don't want to watch The Mandalorian. I sat down and I tried to watch like 20 minutes of an episode the other day while Matthew was watching it, and it was not. I couldn't. It's not my jam. Sam, I love Harry Potter. I have so much Harry Potter stuff in my house. You just don't see it. Let's see. My Matthew is in his late 20s. Oh, you came for Of Little and Light. That's so awesome. I'm glad you also love Harry Potter. You've got good taste. Yeah, my Matthew is in his late 20s. It is pretty cold tonight. I'm sure it's a lot colder for you than it is for me. We're in central West Tennessee right now, and it's a little on the chilly side, but certainly not, Quebec cold. Well, see, Jerry's got good taste. Ollie, what are you doing? He just like scratched at the floor vent. I'm so confused. Oh, your Matthew's a baby. Go on. No, off. Every time that I do a live or start shooting a video, Ollie wants to play with me because I start talking, and I must be talking to him, clearly. I'd say it's probably about that here tonight, Sam. I don't know. I haven't looked. I know earlier I was talking to my friend Princess Consuelo Banana Hammock, and we were texting right before I realized that I had to do a live stream, and I sent her a picture of my legs. I had a sweater on earlier, and I had shoved my legs through the sweater, and it looked like I had knit leggings on, and it was really funny. Yeah. It's 36 here. 36 here tonight. So you're telling me it's warmer there, Mark, than it is here? Because that is upsetting. I miss Indiana so much. Let's see. I keep forgetting that you have pigs. I need to go back and watch a bunch of your videos. I'm subscribed to you and I get the notifications and stuff, but I took a break for pretty much the whole month of December, and I didn't watch any homesteading content because I was feeling inadequate. So I'm behind on a lot of things. We talking 3 Fahrenheit or 3 Celsius? Because that's cold. I remember when we had that polar vortex last year, our north wall, even though it was finished and it was plaster and everything, it got so cold. My bathroom was on my north wall, and that my washcloth froze to the inside of the shower surround. So that's cold. 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Nope. Big nope. I don't miss that part of living up north. No, thank you. You can keep that. Oh, I had an ex-boyfriend in Darlington, Indiana. Believe it or not, it is a tiny town. It's not even incorporated. I don't even think it has its own government anymore. But that is an adorable town. And Mark, you're funny. But yeah, Darlington, Indiana is an adorable place, for real. I know. When the last time I had chickens, I lived in Florida, like South Central Florida, so we didn't have to worry about it freezing. I think it got below freezing for a total of 5 days while I lived down there, and they were not consecutive days. And we never even lit our propane furnace because it would warm up during the day into the 40s, and it was fine. I just cooked all the time to keep the house warm because it was a tiny house. Not like a tiny house, but I think it was probably around 800 square feet, maybe. Let's see. Hey, I understand that. I understand, the barter system is great. Let's see. Yes. So the gardening in Florida, I grew tomatoes. I decided not to pull them up, and I just kept trimming them back and staking them up. I think I grew tomatoes for 9 months. I planted them in September, and I was still harvesting them when I moved out at the end of April. I think I planted them over Labor Day weekend. So that's I don't know, 8-9 months. But I grew them all through the winter, and I just tarped them on the frozen nights, and they were still producing when I left the following April. Let's see. Yep, I understand. I mean, one of the channels that I watch, and I'm sure that you guys know her, is Little Mountain Ranch. And she's in I think zone 3A or 3B. She's way up in there. And it's a lot of work for them to have a garden, and it's a lot of work for them to have their animals and everything. And, that's an entirely different animal, and I don't know how to do it. The cleaning business has been kind of on a standstill, Mark. I got sick right before New Year's, and I have not felt good until yesterday. So this week I'm focusing on doing some advertising and getting that up and going. But I have not officially started the cleaning business yet. But I appreciate you asking. Let's see. Does anybody have anything that they are excited about this week, or anything in the past week that has happened that they would like to talk about? Because officially starting my cleaning business is definitely on my list, and getting that all up and running. I'm ready for that so that I can be making some money. I'm tired of being broke. Ollie, off. What are you excited about for this week, huh? Just your little rubber ball. That's all you're excited about? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, thanks. I know he's cute, but he's a pain in the butt. He just wants to play all the time. Let's see. Absolutely. Go check out Little Mountain Ranch. The lady that does it, her name's Chelsea. She's fabulous and she has 11 kids, I think. So fabulous, fabulous family. But yeah, I'm sorry you got to go, but I'm glad that you were able to come in for a minute. And I hope to see you next week if you make it back around. Thank you so much for coming by. I know 11, yeah, and she has adopted most of them, but I think only 2 have moved out of the house. So yeah, definitely an inspiration. So you got to get going. I'm glad that you were able to come on for a minute too. I hope I get to see you next week. And like you said, have a blessed week and a blessed night. That is awesome. Matthew?
Yes.
Your father would like to see you, please. He's coming, Mark. Here is your son.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he wanted you for other than to just see you. I don't know if he has questions for you or if he just wants you to talk. But one of the topics that I had is for you to tell everybody who may or may not be into games at all, but tell everybody what you're playing this week while I go pick something from the bookshelf.
Claire untied him. Got it. Well, this week I'll probably be playing a game called Conqueror's Blade. Joined a group on there. There's like a Tuesday and Saturday events, but I generally play at least a little bit at some point during the day. And then Red Dead Redemption 2. As far as I know, that's all I've got. And yes, I am on PC. Exclusively on PC.
Move, Ollie. Okay. So, we also got. Did you tell them about that one game that we played with Fish and Princess Consuela Banana Hammock?
No, we recently got a new game called No Time to Relax, and it's sort of like a loose game of life, but it's played on like a board game type thing, where you manage your time during a week, and you set like a weekly limit, so you have 10, 20, 30, or 40 weeks to play the game, and you just try to achieve most money, education, happiness, and health through that time, as well as there's other smaller objectives, but you compete amongst the 4 of you, or up to 4 of you, to see who can do the best.
And it has this thing where you can like invite people to play remotely, but you're all using the same like board or screen or whatever. And we were able to play with some of our friends in Indiana, and that was really exciting because we missed them and we loved them, and we used to play games with them all the time, but now we can't because, there's 500 miles in the way. Let's see. I have no idea what that question is.
I'm sure there's just a word missing. Are you wanting to join an esport league? No.
Oh, I thought that said export league. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just blind. Oh my goodness.
No, that'll require a lot more time to dedicate to just a single game than I want to put forward for it.
But you are spending a lot of time playing with a group of people, a bunch of strangers on the internet. It's what the first group was 2,000 people. How many people are in this one?
Probably 100 or so.
Yeah, and you like this one better?
I don't know what group you're talking about for the 2,000.
I thought the first group that you joined was like 2,000 people and you didn't like it, so you quit.
I don't remember what game it was.
I don't know. I don't play your games. I have no idea. Anyway, you like your group that you're playing with? You're playing with some people. You like them?
Yeah, the few that I have played with. Usually it's only groups of 5 you play with at a time.
And that's how we make our friends here. We make random friends from the internet. Welcome to my live stream. So another one of the topics that I have a bunch of books that I got. Our old library in Indiana used to give away free books that they moved out of their rotation or that they had duplicates of. And so I picked up a bunch of free books, and I haven't read a lot of them. So I'm going to try this year to read more of them. So I am... Hello, Tinkerer's wife. Welcome. Nice to see you. So one of the things that I'm going to do every week during a live stream is I am going to pick a book that I haven't read that I got a million years ago, and I'm going to read it throughout the week. And this one is an easy one because it's not an actual, there's not there's sections, so there's not really chapters, but it's called Untamed Tongues, Wild Words from Wild Women. And some of the stuff on the back is really good and funny, and they've got quotes from Bette Midler, and so it's just quotes and sayings, and the different sections are different scenarios in which these people said these things, and I'm looking forward to reading through this one. This is a good one, even just to sit in the bathroom, to have something to read. But I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and I just haven't read it. Let's see. Aw, baby Judah needs some help. That's true. I do spend a lot of time on the internet via YouTube. I usually have YouTube up. But I will have you know, Mark, that I started a TikTok. So I've been spending way too much time on TikTok now. Make sure you tell the kids because they're going to be appalled. So, Tinkerer's wife, what have you been up to this week? That was what we were talking about earlier. Or what do you have coming up in the next week to come, either last week or this week? Do you have anything to share that you're excited about, or that you're looking forward to, or you accomplished? Tell me what you got. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I have anything. Oh, this was from 1996. It's held up super well. It looks like it's never been, I know that says 2013 on there, but I'm assuming the library put that on there. But on the inside, it's got a note from the original person who bought it for the original owner. And it says 1996. It says, "To Kathy, everyone I've given this book to has found a little piece of wisdom or gotten a good laugh. Hope the same is true for you, Vic." 1996. And honestly, the spine is in such good condition, I don't know if Kathy ever read it. But I'm going to read it. At least I'm going to try to. Let's see. Not much last week, working on a video for doing landscape design overlays for the garden. That's very interesting, because I'm not good at that. Let's see. Working on valuing your husband's property for the probate will. All right. That is not fun stuff, but you will be relieved when it's done. I know that's really difficult. I worked with a lady for a long time on her estate and getting everything taken care of. And unfortunately, because of a family situation, that has been drug out for the last 8 years, and it's still not done. So I hope that is as painless a process for you as possible. Yes, you are. I forgot you are working on that, Mark. And I saw where you and your wife got to go to Indianapolis and go to the RV show. Tell me about that. How was it? Let's see. Hey, I'm glad that you're looking forward to offloading your children. Yeah, I'm glad that your family is not causing any issues or anything. Um, it's not a fun process, but it'll be good once it's over. So, um, does anybody else have kids in school other than Mark? Are you glad to ship them back, or do you homeschool? I'd be interested to know. I love this tea. I wish you liked tea because it's a really good tea.
Is that the peppermint tea?
No, this is the very last of my Victorian chai tea, also known as colonial white people took all this stuff from other people and put roses in it and called it Victorian. But, that's none of my business. You homeschool. I was homeschooled K through 6, so I am all about homeschooling. I hope that I'm able to homeschool my own children, but since I want a small gaggle of them, I don't know how that's going to go, but I do hope to do that, so that's awesome. I'm glad that you guys had a good time in Indianapolis. I was really excited when I heard that, or when I saw that you guys were able to go. I don't know why I didn't know y'all were going to homeschool, Sam, but it makes sense that you would homeschool. Jude is just a baby. He's baby boy. 3 kids, ages 10 to 17. Yeah. My mom, she homeschooled me K through 6, but she homeschooled my sister K through 7. She's 2 years younger than me. But at the same time, she was also going to law school and running a business and keeping my little cousin during the day. So that was stressful. And so they ended up putting me in private school for a couple of years. And that was rough. And then we moved and I went to public school, and then she died, and that was rough. So I graduated from public school. But being homeschooled is directly influential of some of my best memories as a child. Absolutely. So I love it when people are able to do that for their kids, because I know how much I appreciated it. I'm glad. Oh God. Let's see. Yes. I definitely want to find a co-op. The co-op that I went to when I was a kid, because we moved back to my hometown, so we're living here now. But the co-op that I went to is no longer together. I actually went to 2. The first one's no longer together. The second one I think is, but they're on limited days now. But we actually live directly across the street from the biggest homeschool group in our area. And so if we still live in this area, then they'll probably go there. Let's see. He is the best little dude, though. Oh, I'm sorry that your co-ops aren't great. I think that the reason I liked the first one that I went to so much is because my aunt and my mom ran it. And at one point, I think we were up to 120 kids in it, which is pretty big as far as co-ops go in this area. But I know that they can get kind of catty, and you'll have some falling outs, and perhaps they may not echo your values as much as you would like. So, I definitely understand that it's a problem for some people. So yeah. Our co-op did not offer 4-H or FFA. They did have one teacher who offered 4-H type classes, but nobody had animals or anything. They just practiced growing plants. And I didn't have that teacher, but my sister did. And when they read Charlotte's Web, you guys, this dog is pelting me with this ball. But when they read Charlotte's Web is when they started doing all their growing and planting stuff. I'm about to kill this dog on a live stream, I swear. He's pelting me in the back. You guys,
Oh,
I can't handle this.
What are you doing?
Did any of you want a dog? You're fired. Off. Off. Hey, what did you do? What is that? There's nothing, but when he thinks there's something, he stops. He's really self-conscious. Yes. But this is my real life. He does this all the time. If you don't want to throw the ball for him, he will get up on the back of the couch and pelt it at you. And if I'm laying here with my head here and I'm like laying on the couch playing on my phone or whatever, I won't even realize that he wants my attention until he gets up there and he'll just launch it into my face, and he has really good aim. He's so rude. No. What did you do? Off. Take his ball and go play somewhere else. If my children are half as bad as he is, I'm just gonna have to throw the whole kid out and start over, because I'm not having multiple of that. I ain't doing it. Not doing it. Okay. Regain my composure over here. All right. So we picked a book. I'm going to try and read this week. I'll report back next week and let you know. And I'll mark anything that I think is funny. And I will read it to you because they are only a few sentences long each. Let's see. So then I wanted to talk about videos that I'm filming or releasing this week. But I already kind of mentioned it in the beginning of the live stream. But I am doing a series on learning how to cook without a recipe. So a lot of people post recipe videos, and that's awesome. But I have a hard time posting recipe videos because I don't cook with a recipe, and it makes it really difficult to be able to share and convey what I'm doing when I just like I know it in my brain what I'm doing, and I can't tell you how many tablespoons of salt I put in my soup because I don't know. I didn't measure it. I'm now realizing that it was probably like 1 tablespoon if it's soup. What are you doing?
He's just sitting up now.
Sitting on the floor like a seal. Off. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm filming a series about teaching people how they can learn to cook without a recipe. It's probably going to be a 6 or 7 video series, and my goal is to write the script for each episode with my sources and everything before I start filming the first one, so I can just go through and do that. Oh, I'm glad Tinker is wife. I am also looking forward to it, but I'm also kind of terrified. I haven't finished writing the script yet because the episode that I'm on right now is at least mildly controversial, and there's a lot of sources and stuff, and I feel very passionately about it, but I tend to come across as rude when I feel passionately about something. So I'm trying to write it in a way and prepare my heart for conveying this message without condemnation, because I mean no condemnation, because I also need to fix it. Yeah, it's just, if I could get past this script, I could finish writing the rest of them in an afternoon. This one is frustrating, but it's going to be a really good series, and I'm really looking forward to it. I completely agree with you, Mark. Recipes are only a mild suggestion. I have an aunt that measures the water that she uses to boil her macaroni and cheese. And you're just going to dump the water out anyway. I don't understand But the main goal for the series is to be able to encourage people to break out of the comfort zone and learn what food actually tastes like, and to learn to, kind of follow their gut and figure out how ingredients interact with each other, and really, get the most out of whatever's in their pantry, especially if you're living the kind of lifestyle that we're all trying to live. If you have these things that you've grown or that you've acquired and you don't know the best way to use it, and you don't have that creative muscle in your brain flexing, saying, you know what, I could probably do this, then I'm trying to present these videos as a way to develop that within yourself, and come to a place where you are able to be more creative with your cooking, and not, not just forget an entire recipe and quit making it just because you don't have one specific ingredient, and learning how to substitute other ingredients that you do have for stuff that the recipe you might be following is calling for. So, yeah. Oh, thanks, Mark. That's sweet. It is exactly like learning a foreign language. I was talking to Sam last week or the week before about, everybody in school had to read The Giver by Lois Lowry, and it's a great book. But not a lot of people know that it's actually a trilogy. There is the Giver that everybody's read, there is The Messenger, and then there is Chasing Blue. And I don't think they're in chronological order, but I can't remember. But in The Messenger, the second one, there is this beautiful scene toward the beginning of the book where oh, hi, Chelsea. Hi. Yeah, I sent somebody over there. She's living in Quebec, and she is kind of disheartened with having animals. She's kind of, during the spring, she's keeping meat chickens and stuff, but she was disheartened by it being so cold, and keeping animals, and keeping the garden going and everything. And I was like, well, you need to go check out Chelsea at Little Mountain Ranch, because she lives in like a 3A or 3B zone, and she's doing awesome over there. So, yes, I appreciate you coming by. You're very welcome. Let's see. Hi, busy little house. Nice to see you. Let's see. Hey, you're also from Quebec. Look at me, just reining in the Canadians over here. But anyway, yeah, Little Mountain Ranch, I'm so happy that she's putting out videos again. It's been much anticipated for sure. Especially because, we just moved back to Tennessee, but when I was living in Indiana, it's not quite Canada, but like, it's a lot more Canada than I ever thought I'd live in. And so I would watch her videos about how, how she does all of the, especially the greenhouse stuff and prolonging the growing season and everything. It's a big inspiration for me. So anyway, let's see. I don't even know if we have any maple syrup. Anyway, so back to what I was saying, Tinker's wife. In The Messenger, the sequel to The Giver, there's this beautiful scene in the beginning of the book where this blind man is teaching this young sighted man how to cook, and he's teaching him how to cook based on smell alone, and talking to him about, like, when you add in these new ingredients, you need to smell how it changes everything and how it balances everything out and all of that good stuff. So, that, will you stop? Mark, I want you to understand that this is your fault. You wanted him in here. I can't deal right now. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Cooking without a recipe is cool. I'm just. Okay. The dog's hitting me with the ball. Matthew's throwing the ball and hitting who knows what in the kitchen. I don't know. He can't see it. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, busy little house. Will you stop? Off. Yes, learning to cook by smell alone would be a really interesting project. I do a combination of learning to of cooking with with sight and smell because I am fortunate enough to be a sighted person, and I do cook a lot with smell though. Like if it smells, particularly when it comes to bread, when the bread smells like it's just about done, I'll cut the oven off, and usually it's not all the way done in the middle. So I'll cut the oven off and I'll leave it in there. So as the oven cools, the bread or whatever I'm cooking also cools with it. It helps it stay moist and everything. And, it's a way to cook by smell, I guess. That is definitely a thing I do. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you coming in here, Chelsea. I'll send anybody and everybody that I ever can up to you, especially if they're in need of inspiration. Let's see. I'm always weird about cooking by taste when I'm cooking because a lot of times, I want the flavors to develop over time, but I don't know. I feel like this needs a little bit of rosemary. Like I had you last night. I had you dig out the rosemary out of the cabinet, and I hadn't cooked with rosemary since the spring, or even longer. And I was just like, nope, this needs rosemary tonight. So I did that. I feel like this needs a little bit of something, and I'll put it in there. And I'm going to do a video specifically talking about the impact of food deserts also, and how that impacts people's cooking style and their access to fresh produce, and then also what they can do about it. Because for about two and a half years, I was dependent on, walking and on the bus routes to get me to and from a grocery store. I was also living super, super under the poverty line. And that's when I first started doing research about food deserts because I lived in one. The grocery store that I could walk to didn't carry fresh produce. And, it was a 35 minute bus ride to the nearest Walmart. And I hate Walmart. We all hate Walmart. And so I started a container garden on my deck, because I really, really wanted some cabbage, honestly. Everybody gardens for the tomatoes, and tomatoes are awesome. But I tell you what, cabbage is fantastic, and it's super underrated. Let's see. What do we got in the chat? Let's see. Yeah, I think a lot of us do that. Let's see. Your dad added you.
It's very similar to being in Lafayette with the way that the city feels, and just what is available here. But there's just a lot more of the smaller towns in the area that are much closer together than we had even in Washington or Lafayette when I was living up there. As far as that, I've found it seems like a good family business that I'm working for now. So the people that run it, as well as the customers that come in there for them, that have been their customers for eons, it feels like, because they opened up back in the
70s, wasn't it?
Well, it was before that. I think it was like in the 50s.
Oh yeah, I
The
forgot they
original
had a
one.
location downtown. I forgot about that.
People have been coming there for 40 years and so on and so forth. But
Yeah,
it's been a good job working there so far.
he likes it. That's the important part. Is like he likes it. Tinker's wife said that living in an area in the city where regular stores have evacuated, and it's 2 miles between them. That's one of the things that I'm going to talk about in the video. Is how these big box stores have created these food deserts because they didn't exist before. I have a picture right here where I have a picture right here in my kitchen of the grocery store that my grandparents ran on the south end of the town that we live in here now. And stores like that dotted every street corner in the neighborhood. Well, not every street corner, but you know what I mean. And, we don't have that now. And food is so much less available now. We have too much of it. And it's in a really poor quality for the most part for what you can get easily. And so I'm going to do a whole video about it. Maybe we'll do a whole video about you moving.
A whole video about it?
Yeah. You keep saying it's not that different though. So anyway, we're coming into the last about 3 minutes of the stream. Does anybody have any questions or topics or anything you want before I close the stream and kick my dog because he's driving me crazy? I'm not going to kick him, just so you know. I'm not going to. I am going to run away from him and shut the door, though. Yeah, I covered all my topics, so that was really good. If anybody has anything they want to know or say or that they're excited about, let me know. Do you have anything that you're excited about for the week coming up?
Well, I purposely saved the last episode of The Mandalorian until after I watched Star Wars in case it was bad. So I do have that to look forward to.
I didn't know you did that. I thought you finished it.
No, I still have one episode.
Oh, you saved it just in case it upset you?
Yeah, I was like, The Mandalorian's been really good the whole way through, so at least I have something good to come back to.
I didn't know that you were hedging your bets like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. I think we're going to hop off here. I really appreciate everybody coming on and saying hi. And, I'm glad that each and every one of you got to come be part of the stream. It's always really exciting when people are here to talk to. Let's see, you have your little sister visiting, so you're running all over this week. All right. Family time is wonderful, so that's great. Brandy sends her love. We love you, Brandy. We love you, Mark. By default, it's fine. So anyway, we will be back here same time next Sunday. We'll be here, what is it, 10 Central, 11 Eastern. So figure out that time. And we would love to see you again next week. And yeah, hopefully this week I'll have the first video in that series I was talking about, learning to cook without a recipe. It'll be kind of like a pep talk in a video. It won't give any actual instruction in that particular video, but it'll be a great precursor to the series for anybody who is looking forward to learning that skill. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. The dog hit me again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.